Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mateusz, and today we'll fly from Warsaw, Chopin to Krakow, then back to Warsaw, and if my time will allow us, we'll probably fly to Gdańsk or Poznań. And we'll be flying at Embraer 170 with retro livery of LOT Polish Airlines. It's one of the prettiest and, in my opinion, the best liveries out in the world. This color, this retro style is really beautiful. Of course, it's this Embraer 170 by SSG, so it's not the best add-on plane in Xplane, but it's quite alright. So we'll be flying on EVA, and we are actually connected to it. So let's power up the plane. Actually, there's no ATC available for this time, but we can starting up the plane. So we'll turn on these batteries. Now turn on the GPU and all this signs and information. Sorry, it's not yet. And logo lights, no, because it will have some messes with better pushback. Of course, we sound the beeping. Nav lights. Then we'll have this electrical pump A, and about it we can test all these fireworks. Okay, all works, so that's good. And we're pretty much done here, so we can now proceed to FMC, go to flight plan, position in it, and load our EPWA-EPKK Alpha reference waypoint, and proceed to be flying from Warsaw Chopin. It's EPWA Alpha to Krakow, which is Echo Papa Kilo Kilo. Our call sign and slot ID will be LOT to Mike Tango. Activate. And we'll be flying. I'm using SimpleBit Pro, so you cannot see it, but you can definitely know this. And if you don't know, I really encourage you to see it, because it's one of the best add-ons for free, and it doesn't have any payware version, which is very good. We'll be flying via Evina, next via airway Mike 66, so I will put it Mike 66, and to Kukam, which also is our star for Krakow. So he is here, Kilo Uniform Kilo Alpha Mike Kukam, and that's all. That's all our route. We now proceed to nav, departure. Departure runway is 29 or via Evina 7 Golf with transition Evina. And next we can proceed to arrival. I will check, because in Krakow actually we have tower control. And I will check this just a matam. Yes, it's runway 25 for arrival. So ILS 25 via Kukam 3 Golf, via Kukam, and that's probably okay, I will have to do it again. You know, SSG is not quite the best add-on we have. Okay, but it's loaded. Go to flight plan to check for any discount Unity. We have one, so we'll clear that. And here's second one. Okay, perfect. Now we'll set up our steer, of course. We'll wait for it. We'll set up our fuel. For today's flight we need approximately 3 tons of fuel. Actually we have 5, but it's quite alright. We'll use it later to flights and fastest fuel on Krakow to flight back, or even maybe we don't have to use it. Okay, now I will check the weather information in Warsaw. Okay, it's QNH is 1013, so that's nice. We can here we have Lufthansa, we have some other plane, so it's quite traffic here on this airport. Okay, and we can now set 90%, start boarding, open it, and prepare for our departure. We go to perf, then perf init, check is everything okay here. I think yes, I will just change a little bit our descent speed to probably this. It will be okay, it will be right. Next, and our initial cruise altitude will be 26,000. You have to do it here because I don't know where it's to do it anyway in the any other thing, because I don't know why you have to put your cruise altitude here. So yes, so just put 26 flight level 260, then proceed to takeoff, and to take off that take off that is okay. I get perf, then takeoff, and next page we'll be taking off at flaps 1. So I will check this our speed. Okay, so it will be 120 knots for V1, 123 for VR, 130 for V2, and 165 flaps safe. And our pitch is 11, so I'll just pitch it up. Not this direction, okay, this direction. Okay, perfect. I'm sorry for a little bit chaos, but it's the first video I ever recorded, so please be rather delicate to me in comments, if any comments will be. Okay, we'll just go for FMC speed, and our altitude for now I'll set flight level 120, then we'll come further, maybe some ATC will arrive, because in Poland actually we have quite a lot of traffic over Poland, so that's really nice. So maybe some ATC will be provided later on. Okay, so we're probably quite ready for departure. I think that we done everything what is necessary. I will just set on the steer wheel and start the APU. We get fuel on board, we have everything on board, and that's quite alright. I will just... oh my god. Okay, our TCAS will be 2000. Of course we don't have ATC, but it's set. We are on Unicom, so we'll just let know other planes that will start up our plane. We don't need pushback, we'll just taxi forward, then to the right and left to runway 29. Okay, our APU is run and it's okay, and GPU comes off, so we can detach it now, close the door and remove the steers. Okay, so what I will do now is inform other traffic that will start pushing, that we are start up the plane. We have just only push back, so I will have to do it a little different, not using auto Unicom, but using normal message. Okay, and so let's begin. So logo lights on, red beacon lights on. You can see how beautifully the beacon lights are illuminating. And start the engines. So we'll start from engine number 2. Engine area clear. Engine area is clear. So let's start. We see our N2 and N1 rising. You can see other traffic are arriving. And we can now start the engine number 1. So, oh. Engine 1 is stable now. We can set up the system and see our flight controls, because we'll check it for a moment. And what we can do now is shut down the APU, set the taxi lights on. It's over here, nose and side. Set stereo lights on, and set our flaps to 1. And we can taxi. Meanwhile, we can check our flight controls, so I'll check full up, neutral, full down, neutral, full left, neutral, full right, neutral, steering off for a moment, full left rudder, checked, and full right rudder, checked. And everything is working just fine. We'll of course turn on the weather TCAS and shut down the nav datas, and we can now taxi to the runway. We'll be taking off out of runway 29er. It's most common runway uses for departures in Warsaw. For arrivals, it's mainly runway 33 or 15. We can see landing traffic on runway 33. Some private jet. Okay, of course, I give information that we are taxiing to runway 29er, of course. So that's quite alright, because other traffic will know that we are taxiing to this runway. This plane is very responsive, and I noticed that a long time ago, because especially on the ground, but also in the air, it's really hard sometimes to control it. It's just like to, you know, getting out of control, and you try to taxi and it's really responsive, even in the air. Sometimes it's just waving. I know that the same problem is in Microsoft Flight Simulator with Embraer 170, but here is less code than this problem in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So it just depends on simulator, I think. But I don't know. I'm not the real pilot, so not the real 170 pilot. So I don't know if this is the real thing or not. Of course, you are getting out of it. Jesus. Okay, and we are near to the runway 29er, so we'll just slow down and stop on the holding point. We see that runway 33 is vacated, so we'll probably start our preparation. So, landing clamps on, taxi lights off, strobe lights on, transponder it's going to the TARA, and we're good to go. So let me just inform that we are landing off and taking off from E290. Have cruise, it's for takeoff, please. And left clear, right is clear. E1.
E2.
Rotate. Was it freight? You're up. Who's coming? Okay, that's this pausing I told you about. Okay, so autopilot, auto throttle, VNAV, and nav. Just keep our flaps for a moment, not to do it thick. Okay, turn it now. And okay, that's cap. Just inform that we are airborne. And for uniform, it's done. And we're climbing. On 6500 we probably need to set standard QNH, but due to QNH in Warsaw, which was 1013, we can skip that part because it's already set to standard. Our transponder is working, we have no traffic in the area, so just continue to climb. That's quite alright, I think. We're really good on it. So that's quite alright. We're just passing some clouds. So far so good. Actually, our flight time to Krakow will be around 30 minutes, so it's not very long cruise, and the cruise distance isn't very long either. We reach our top of the of climb, and then we'll very fast reach our top of descent. Okay, we have some information that our anti-ice wings are open, and I will just check it. Anti-ice. It's probably here. Okay, I did something wrong, so I will disconnect it. Okay, I think that it's set to automatic, and due to temperature, which is -6 degrees, and due to pass through clouds, it's probably set it on automatically to provide from any. Yes, because it's set to auto, so yes, probably just it's turned on due to the icing conditions. Okay, we are now passing 10,000 feet, sun landing clamps off. Also, star lights on, and we'll set our cruising altitude, which today will be 26,000 feet. And we are getting speedy to 280 knots. Maybe I'll change in perf. That will not be cruising. Oh, 2.74 Mach is okay. I thought that would be some, but okay. Okay, so now I will pause our recording and show you some 4 minutes of show you some interesting, flyovers or something like that, some outside shots, and we'll get back to you just right before our top of descent. we came back. So, as you can see, we are just right before top of descent. Still no ATC over Poland. I will just check it and confirm, not to be surprised or something. I will find it. Just need to find my. Okay, we have some problems. And yes, no ATC over Poland is available, so we'll just started it. Okay, so yes, so we have started our descent. Initially we'll descend to 130, then we'll descend further, and as you can see our is idle. So, we're set to descent. Landing will be performed in about 20 minutes. We'll do full start, so we'll see how it goes. Of course, I need to now checked all my charts and all these things. Because, you know, we'll be performing the ILS landing on runway 25, so I need to give all my decision heights and stuff like that. Of course, Sim Toolkit Pro includes all these charts for real LOT airport. It's not like in Navigraph, they are not interactive, but they are pretty well done. Okay, so our inbound car course will be 252 and our ILS frequency is 110.3. So okay, something started playing, I'm sorry for that. And so, yes, our frequency is 110.3. I will use it on both. Okay, so our descent is going well. The weather is in Krakow is quite alright. We have nice visibility, some clouds. That the ceiling is really low, but probably the landing will be okay. Actually, we have the ATC. The Krakow tower is online, but we'll get back to them later. As you can see, we are decreasing our speed to 255 knots. I will set our auto brake to medium. The runway in Krakow is not really long, but it's okay for us. So medium will be enough, more than enough, I think, even. Oh, sorry, view. As you can see, I have some lags, but it's not really my fault. Just my computer isn't running very well today, but this probably will be fixed in future. In the future videos. Okay, so we are now using our reference speeds so that we can know how to manage our speed during this descent. We'll be probably running at 130 knots. It's quite alright because you have easily butter possibility and you can even have some emergency power, and despite the fact that 130 knots it's quite a lot for our Embraer, it will probably be enough. And will probably very easily will stop. So we'll slowly just continue our approach. Soon we'll be getting our QNH information, which actually is 1018. So write it, forget. We'll probably add at flight level 130 use it. I will reset our initially altitude soon. Okay, and we are now starting turn to waypoint kilo 556, and then we'll start turning to our seat. The seat is quite typical in Poland, in Krakow and in Warsaw, and in a lot of Polish airports in the major cities. I think only Wrocław might be a little extension for this, but in most of airports in Poland you have this, I don't know how to say it, but line of approach that will to 90 degrees turns. It's quite typical, and it's really good for solving traffic problems or something like that. So I really like it. Okay, we're approaching 30, so I reset to 6,000 feet. Our final top of our final altitude will be 3,000 feet, and I will just set our minimum. Radio minimum is 220. And the heading of, in case of misapproach, is 252. So I will use it. 5, 2, 5, 2. That's nice. And we are descending 112. So I think that landing will be performed really nice. Okay, I will set this 3,000 feet. Yeah, it probably will be okay. If you have some clues, some things that I have to improve, let me know in the comments. I will probably answer to it, and I will read all the comments. So just please give me information. What should I do to make your feeling about it better? Because I really want to improve. I really want to be for you and to read your all things. So yes, so just give me this information, and 100% I will read it and I will commit to this. Let me know if you want to see maybe something like air traffic control, because I can do it. I sometimes controlling on EVA, so if you want, just let me know in the comments. I will try to work it out. Okay, now we are starting to very weird turn to our continuous stars, so and 10,000 feet, so we can switch on the landing lights and steer lights as well. Cabin crew seats for this. Okay, I'll probably go to this. It's better for us because we need to continue descending to 100 probably. Will be okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go somewhere there. Waiting for idle. Okay, maybe I'll stop recording after landing in Krakow. Too much is too big for me. So yes, so today I will be fly only to Krakow from Warsaw. I hope that you guys will enjoy it, and after that, if I will be ready and if I will see that it's going well, I will probably start doing other things. Progress perfectly turning. I'll check for a moment my FPS because I'm really interested how bad it is. Okay, it's 20 frames per second. I don't know why, but something is really off about my computer and I don't know what is it. Try to close some things. Is that? It's not about recording. I tested recording and it went quite well. So I do not understand why now it's going so poorly. Okay, this turn is really weird here, but so I would probably direct to Ofuk. Okay, it's directed itself, so that's quite nice. As you can see, we have information about our path and glide path, so that's really good. We'll soon start approach. I think I can now switch on the approach mode, because we have our localization localizer on, so that's really good. And yes, and we'll be communicating with air traffic control in Krakow. I just checked my settings, it's alright, alright. We'll just set our flaps to 3. I know that will be overspeed for a moment, but I need to slow down. Kraków Tower, very good. Dzień dobry. Lot 2 Mike Tango, fully established runway 25. Power speed goes manual, of course, to slow down by 1. Kraków Tower, lot 2 Mike Tango with you, fully established on localizer runway 25. Kraków Tower, lot 2 Mike Tango. Okay, so we have a problem. I don't know why, but we will not Kraków Tower, lot to Mike Tango. Okay, they cannot hear. We have to disconnect. I have this problem. I probably need to update Aurora because sometimes the Aurora is giving this very strange behavior that it cannot send our voice. It's really annoying, especially when you're flying and you don't have ATC cover and you're just realizing it when you're trying to land. But yes, sometimes it's how it is. So we'll just finish our flight offline. And yes, and that's what we'll do. I will try to fix it in the next video, and you know, I checked it, and today's first flight, which I did in, of course you have flight that I did from, it's quite interesting because I did a flight in 747 by SSG from Frankfurt to Singapore. It was very nice and I did it online, so everything worked. So I don't know why now it doesn't work. After that I did flight from Heathrow to New York, and now I'm flying just regional to do all this kind of stuff. Okay, I'll turn on, don't turn on the autopilot, I'll just fly it manual. Of course I will set off the auto throttle and handle throttle myself. And we are perfectly approaching. Well, no, maybe not perfectly, but you know, if I will be flying the very nice FlyJSim Q400, this whole thing will be different. But I'm flying this, and it's really sensitive, and it's not relevant with all settings with my yoke, but it's just very sensitive, and I don't know how to fix it.
Think rate. Minimums.
Empty. $100.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Perfect landing. Reverse is up. And reverse is up.
Auto brake.
Flaps fully up. And we'll just taxi to the end of the runway. Brakes. Okay, no, I cannot turn here. It's closed. Switch on taxi lights. Slow down. And vacate the runway. And landing comes off, and strobe lights off as well. Now we'll taxi via Alpha and Foxtrot to our then Golf, and probably Zulu, and to gate number 2. Or 1, we'll see. beautiful plane with beautiful livery. A little fast, so let's slow down. And I will be turning right to Golf. And we'll stop at one left. No, one left. I meant it. Over here. And parking brake set. The APU starting up. We'll just wait for it. Switched off the fasten seatbelt side and switched off the engines. Beacon lights off. And give ourselves a jetway. Great. And that's it, guys. We'll just now open our front doors. And we arrived. That's really nice. Thank you very much for watching today's video. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. Give me information about what do you like, what didn't you like. And I hope that we will see in the next video as soon as possible. Thank you very much and good night.